Hello, friends, and welcome to what is now the second day in a row that we're getting two videos. I wasn't joking when I said this week is stacked, but this video is going to be about Blackpink's The Girls, and I want my flowers. I want my props. I listened to this song on twitter.com because it's not on streaming sites. However, in my love for you all, I literally found a Twitter post of the entire song. It would have to be broken into two things. But I found it. I'll put it in the description if you want to listen to the song. But I found it. I listened to it. I listened to it a couple times. But I listened to it. And I took notes and we're going to talk about it. First, though, a few disclaimers. Disclaimer number one, as I just said, I heard this song on Twitter. So, I'm 90% sure I heard the entire thing. I was basing it off of Genius.com more than anything else. Everything on Genius that Genius shows as being parts of the song is in the Twitter video that I was watching. However, on the off chance something was missing, I'm doing my best here, okay? That's disclaimer number one. Disclaimer number two, this song came out approximately 30 minutes ago, with the Twitter post that I found being around 10 minutes later, so 20 minutes ago. But my point is, this song is new. I've heard it a few times, but my opinions on it very much may change as time goes on. Third disclaimer is my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug always says, music is subjective, and that is great. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, we can get started. And of course, we're talking about The Girls, the song for their game, like Blackpink, the game, the song, The Girl. You figured it out. And I must concede something before we begin, which is that I watched the teasers. Obviously, I watched the teasers, and I was fearful. I was fearful because it sounded a little too familiar to a specific time in Blackpink's catalog, where they were releasing songs that all had a very similar sound, with that sound being very loud and not exactly good. And in comparison to what I was expecting, this song is actually quite good. I did enjoy a solid chunk of it. It is not a god-tier masterpiece, okay? It is not my favorite Blackpink song, but it is a lot better than I was expecting. However, let's get into it, shall we? First, the verses. The first verse is the vocal verse, and it's pretty good. It's not, the greatest piece of music I've ever heard. It was not a life-changing experience, but it's pretty good, and I enjoyed it. The second verse is a bit more complex. It is the rap verse. Specifically, the entirety of the second verse is just Lisa's rap. Now, Lisa is a very talented rapper. I want to make that clear, okay? I think Lisa's a good rapper. However, her rapping style over the years Blackpink has been active has been a bit all over the place. She's done a lot of different styles, some of which I think suit her, some of which don't. This one, I don't think it's her best work. That said, this is also far from Lisa's worst rap. Her flow was good here, and I think more than anything else, my big issue is I never really like in songs, especially in a smaller group like Blackpink where there's only 4 of them, where they take an entire verse and give it to a singular rapper. I'm just never really a fan of that. I think it's a bit of a cop-out as a way to break up your line distribution. I'm just never a fan of it. I didn't really like that part of it. On to the pre-chorus, though. The pre-chorus, if you ask me, is a bit excellent. I think it's the best part of the song. I thought it worked really well, and I was jamming to it. The chorus itself, however, is another complex part for me. First, I don't like the interjected shouting. This shouldn't be news to anyone who knows me and my music tastes at this point. Interjected shouting is pretty much never going to be a win for me. Wasn't the biggest fan of it here. However, as a whole, I just felt like the chorus was lacking something. I blame the background music, if you were wondering, and while we're on the topic of the background music, this is not the best background music in Blackpink's catalog. It's not their worst, not by a long shot, but it's definitely not even close to their best. Big picture though, I am aware this isn't an official Blackpink single, but I am going to compare it to Blackpink singles, because I might as well do that. And in comparison, it's not their worst, nowhere near their worst, but it's not that great either. I don't know, ever since they did Lovesick Girls, I have just been minorly disappointed by everything they put out simply because it's not Lovesick Girls. For context, Lovesick Girls is one of my favorite K-pop songs of all time. It's my favorite Blackpink song, and it is absolute pop perfection, and just ever since, I can't help but be a little bit upset that whatever they're putting out isn't nearly as good. But that is all I have to tell you about the song. So with that, it is going to be score time, and overall, I'm giving this song a 7.5 out of 10. This is exactly the song I would have expected from Blackpink, And I don't really mean that in a good way. Like, at this point in their career, Blackpink established a sound for themselves. They established this sound that they're currently using for themselves really back when they debuted. Like, this is sonically not the same, but its energies are similar to Boombaya. And I do not like thinking that Blackpink, who has been active for so long, has essentially not evolved their sound all that much. I think that's part of why I loved Lovesick Girl so much. Lovesick Girls was a transformation in a way. It was definitely a new sound that they hadn't really done before. They hadn't gone that poppy before, and it really worked. And I'm just kind of sad they didn't try it here. However, what we got isn't bad. It's perfectly fine. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. But that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this song down below. Let me know how you feel. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And in the description, I will put all my Blackpink related reviews. You can check them out if you so choose. I will also put the tweet that I used when I was taking these notes, just like that has the song in it. It might be on streaming by the time I wake up tomorrow, God only knows. But I'll put the tweet down there so you can listen to the song if you really want to. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!